Alright, hello and welcome to Let's Play yet another no-name MAME game. Today's no-name MAME game is Green Beret, also known as Russian Attack. Earlier on I was going to say it was the predecessor to Russian Attack, and then it booted up, and I was like, oh no, regular Russian Attack. Let's play some Russian Attack. So basically the premise is you are a lone soldier armed with a knife, and you gotta stab everyone in sight. So, one weird quirk about this arcade game, just to start off, jump is by default set to up on the D-pad, which is weird. It's really weird. Don't do that, video game makers of the future, don't do that. So, I took the liberty of reassigning it to a button. So now jump is a button. Of course, that means that inevitably up ceased being up, and I couldn't climb up ladders easily. So, the pitfalls of making your own controls. So, we are playing Russian Attack, where you are a lone soldier, and you're trying to stab everything in sight. These regular guys in the trench coats, they just kind of run at you, so you can just kind of calmly stab them whenever you want to. They don't have guns, but the guys that always seem to shank you from behind, they got the blue pants and the guns, they'll actually shoot stuff at you, and that's not so great. Don't get shot by them. You can, of course, dodge, like in most games, forever, you can dodge all shots by crouching down. And even though the two people will come at you from either side, then if you're quick about it, you can shank both sides, and you're good. So yeah, if you really want to play defensively and you actually want to make it to the end of the level, you just like crouch down whenever the enemies come at you and you just shank them from both sides. It's pretty cool, but I like rushing and attacking. The game is called Russian Attack, which is both a play on words and a command. So, you might have noticed one awesome mechanic whereby... Oh, that's really weird. So again, I told you I assigned the jump to a button, but that button is also shooting your special attack. That's right. If you get a flamethrower, then you get to use the flamethrower. It's pretty great. Yeah. Just when you're there, just swap back sides, and you'll shank everything ever. It's pretty great. Losing itself is not so great, but whatever. We'll give it another go. This is actually one of the Konami games I'm familiar with. Actually, I believe this was on the Konami Arcade Advanced for the Game Boy Advance, and on that version, I believe there was a separate button for, jumping. And that's how you do it. Evidently, you cannot crouch on ladders, which, in retrospect, makes a lot of sense, but it's not very convenient. Pretty much, you just like crouch down and then... Well, that was a bit of an aberration. I might have accidentally pressed up, but we've got it. It's a very rough predecessor, perhaps, to maybe Metal Slug, if we really want to scratch things. I mean, scrape. I mean, it's not very much like Metal Slugs, is the thing I'm trying to say. Well, this is gonna be tricky, because the two guys come at you from the same time. Yeah. I do kind of like these games, though, where you kind of feel like a badass. Like, you're just... Even though you've got, like, a tiny little knife, one hit does kill the enemy, which, in some mysterious way, does qualify you as a badass. Those flashing things are, of course, mines, and jumping on them will be fatal. So, clearly, you should lure the enemies on them, and as they step on them, they'll explode. Yeah, I know enemy video game characters don't follow the same rules as you do, but come on, can you be a little bit less blatant about it, video game developers? Of course, they did give me the ability to stab people in the air, and I got away with whatever I just did, which was pretty cool. The flamethrower can penetrate through multiple enemies, which... Oh gosh. Okay, so at the end, then you have to kill a bunch of dudes, I think. That's... Oh, the Kung Fu guys! The Kung Fu guys! I forgot about you, but suddenly remembered when you killed me. So the Kung Fu guys jump at you, and if your regular strategy is to crouch down and stab everything in sight, well, the Kung Fu guys are going to give you a sharp kick of awakening. For those, you pretty much just have to stand and then shank. Oh, come on. Well, that was Russian Attack. It's a very, very rough game. I especially hate the fact that up and jump are not two separate controls. Whoever decided on that, not my favorite art game developer, but that being said, it's one of those Konami games like back in the golden heydays of like the mid-80s when they came out with like one hit after another. I especially like Time Pilot. So, I mean, what the heck, we'll cut him some slack. But, come on. Jump and up. They're two different things. On that note, this cat's got a scat.